Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. And what a Monday it is. If you are here in London, then you know it's a beautiful day. And yeah, it's sure. I mean, I'm not accustomed to that. That's for sure. Ever since coming here, but it's a beautiful city. What can I say? So, guys, without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. And what I want to discuss today is I want to give you a breakdown of our portfolio performance very transparently and what that means for those of you who have been following the channel and maybe even took some positions exactly because I'm personally invested in them. Okay, so what exactly do I mean? Let's check. I'm always very transparent, as you guys know, and you can see that ever since I started this official portfolio, because I wanted to make this, I wanted to create a portfolio that was fully transparent, grounded in the principles, in the like a tortoise principles that we share here on a weekly basis. And I wanted to my point with the portfolio is, guys, this works, and it goes to show that you don't have to put your money into very speculative classes in order to generate a lot of money. Okay, so you can see that I started this portfolio in January 29, 2024. Today is October the 6th. This means we have this portfolio for almost 2 years. And if you do the math, that means we have compounded money at about 31.2% over this period. And so you can see this here that I just put together this Word document. You can see that from January 29th to today, October 6th, that's about 1.69 years, which equates to 20.3 months. And the portfolio total return is about 61%. This is the cumulative return against 37% for the S&P 500. And you can see that essentially equates to a 31.2% annual rate of return against 19.3% annualized returns for the S&P 500 over the same period. Now let's pause for a second, and I want to say that if you guys are owning, whoever is watching this, so if you guys are own the S&P 500, then for sure you've been very, very happy. But I would point out once again that we own higher quality companies that are significantly cheaper compared to the S&P 500 index. Okay, so we have outperformed substantially throughout the same period with less risk, based on the fundamentals of the companies that we own and the valuation that they are trading at. Okay, and by the way, investors who have bought, who are accustomed to these stellar returns, may very well be in for a negative surprise for sure over the next decade. And I already discussed that in further length, so I'm not gonna waste too much time on that here in this video. But yeah, it's a plus 12%, plus 12 percentage points per year difference, which is substantially. So now the question you are asking probably is, okay, but what does that mean if I had put $10,000 to work into that same portfolio at about the time that you started? And the question is, we can do the math as well. Once again, it's right here. But you don't need to do this manually, of course. In fact, an easy way to do that, to check your CAGR, compounded annual growth rate, is by putting your rate of return in ChatGPT, mentioning the names, and then ask him to calculate the annual rate of return for you. And it will come up with the number very fast, because you already have, your broker already gives you the rate of return. Some of them already give you of the compounded annual rate, the compounded annual returns that you are getting. But ChatGPT can help you with that as well. All right. So what this means is that if you put $10,000 to work into this portfolio in January 29, 2024, that means you would have turned 10K into about $16,100 today. Okay, so for those of you who are always saying, and fortunately I'm sharing this not only with my LinkedIn community, but also with my Like a Tortoise community. And I'm always very conscious of I'm very cost conscious. But what this shows you guys is that paying for a nice, investing in our education should come first, right? Because as Warren Buffett so famously said, by far the best investment you can make is always one in yourself. And the reason I lost 10K at the beginning of my journey was exactly because I lacked that education and I thought I could go out on my own, which of course was a big mistake. All right. Imagine how much money I would have today if, in fact, I had put that money to work the Like a Tortoise way. So I would be significantly richer today because 10,000 pounds compounded at, say, 30%. Of course, by the way, I'm not implying that these 31.2% are sustainable over the very long term. Okay, I'm like I said, and if you have been following the channel, you know that I'm very thrilled even with 15%. But with the strategy that I follow, I'm confident that we will achieve great returns regardless. All right, and that's what I'm doing. So, and this is the return, as simple as that. I'm not faking. It's exactly what the number is. So, this is how much money. This is how much money you would have made, which of course more than offsets all the money that you put to work, all the onboarding fee that you would be putting towards your education if you are investing with me. Okay, so that's substantial. But let's play with the numbers a bit more and see what that translates into over 10 years. All right. So as you can see right here, I have 10K. And I'm assuming my 15% minimum acceptable rate of return which is essentially what I want over the long term, my minimum. And you can see that after 10 years, if you only put 10K to work, that equates to 40K. Now let's say that I continue to compound at 30%. Let's see what that means. Look at that. This means that, as we discussed, after year 2, this is how much money you would have made, as we already highlighted in the Word document. But you can see that after 10 years, look at that, without putting any more money to work. What's more, this education is for life. And so once you learn the skills that have allowed me to compound at these higher rates of return, it's rinse and repeat. That no one can ever steal from you. And I think the amount of money that you will be able to make over time just by putting our framework into work is mind-boggling. Okay, and look, I will keep you guys posted as always, but this is important to put things into perspective, as I mentioned, because sometimes we can think, oh my God, I don't want to pay that much, but we forget what may lie ahead, right? It's an investment. It's not a cost. That's the best way for me to describe it. So by investing in the course, in coaching, you are investing in hopes of getting a very good return over time. And that's precisely what the framework and what the coaching is there for. On top of that, I always provide accountability and support, and you gain lifetime access to our community of investors. And that means lifetime access to myself because I am in that community. So let's continue to compound, guys. I'm very excited. I do think we will be able to continue to outperform the S&P over the very long term. And if you found this video helpful, smash the like button and even share it with people that you know are losing a lot of money because they lack a sound framework. All right. So keep yourself safe and speak to you soon.